So next, what we want to do is filter strings data, and string data is text essentially. What you want to do is you want to be able to look up the keywords and only look at specific strings which contain the word. In this case, we're going to do coin. So how this works is inside the square bracket, it essentially says, okay, look up data frame, and then inside that data frame, look up the column keyword, and in that column, look up strings which contain coin. And then again, because I'm competing for screen space, put on dot head. So it's only going to give us the top 5. I think we do that. That's how quick it was. I just looked it up really fast. I didn't run this before. I just did it immediately. And that gives us everything that has the word coin in it. So can't get coin out of DATABOI wallet. Yeah, we're going to do a DATABOI coin for real. So once you've got your data filtered by the way you want it, so what keywords you maybe want to look at, you can start applying methods to it. So pretty much any method at all. And in this case, we're going to go describe. So maybe we only want to see the statistical information for keywords that contain coin. So we'll do that by doing dot describe. There, nice and easy, fires it out. Maybe we want to look at the data info as well for this. It's not going to be much different. The size of it will be different compared to the original dataset because you're filtered. And what you can do is once you've got all this data is you can save it as a variable or as another view. So we're going to do that by coin data. And this is the data we'll look at from now on. So we're only going to look at keywords containing coin. The next up is filtering by number, which is a lot easier than filtering by string, I think. It's a lot simpler. You don't need to call in string.contain. And in this case, we are going to look at the column sessions. So we're going to look up coin data, which is the data we prepared earlier. And we're going to look up sessions within coin data. And we're only interested in sessions which are equal to or above 100. And you do that by, again, saying, look in this data frame. And then within that data frame, look in this look in this column, and then apply this filter. Kind of makes sense. Once you've got the hang of how it progresses, you'll be able to do this with many other functions. And there's the head of that data. So it's broke it down. Let's see the shape. Let's see how many columns and how many rows are in it. There you go, 1,000 roughly. So that's how you do it with numbers. Next up is we're going to try, or we're definitely going to do, there's not going to be any trying. We are going to filter by 2 series of data or 2 columns of data, because sometimes you might want to filter by the number of sessions, and maybe you want to see how many of those sessions are new users or whatever. There's many reasons to be doing. So again, we create a data frame, or we look up the data frame, the coin data frame, and then within that, because we're doing 2 columns at the same time, we need parentheses, I think it's called. So that's going to allow it to give it the order. So we'll look up this first and then this. So same sort of format as before, but the only thing is we've got it inside these brackets. And then we use and. We can't use that and, it has to be an ampersand. And then bracket again, and then look up that column of new users. And in this case, we only want them equal to. So this is equal to or above, and this is only equal to 100. And we're going to run this and see what we get. Yay! There's some data there, very limited. That is the whole data set. So, because I'm not using head. Shit. Oh, funny fingers. There you go. 4 rows, 10 columns. Tiny little data set. I don't need head. All right, so that's how we do it with 2 series of data or 2 columns. What happens if one of those columns are strings and the other one is a number? Because that's also something that you will do quite regularly when you're dealing with search data. So again, same format as before. Look up this data frame and then parentheses and create the filter that you want. So look up keywords, strings contain wallet, and then coin data when the sessions are equal to or above 100. Simple as that. We get, I don't know how big this is in general. Let's have a look, just out of interest. 100. That's handy, isn't it? Sorry, but there we go. So that's how you filter strings and numbers, because you'll need to do that quite a lot. But what happens if you don't want, you want to exclude the data, right? Because a lot of time I don't want to look at certain keywords, right? Or I want them removed from my data frame. They've got the easiest way of dealing with this in Pandas. You write the functions as you did before. However, you use a little tilde, I believe it's called, and that tilde is, and that's it. And you put it in at that part of the data frame. That part of the filter that you've created. So I've got two examples here. So this is do not include keywords containing string. Let's just containing string coin. Let's have a look at the size of that. I've got butter fingers today, or clunky fingers. So that's a lot of data. That's 44,000. Back in. And if you want to do it for 2 columns, again, you just put it in the same place as you did before, and you'll get your filter for that. Let's look at the shape. It's always handy to look at the shape to know what size of data you're dealing with. And that's it. That's how you filter and sort data. And just practice with it, play with it. If you come up against any problems, any errors, just put a message, just put it in the comments, and I'll see if I can guide you to the right answer. Like the videos, comment, subscribe. We've got to cater to this YouTube algorithm so more people can find these videos and learn Python. But I will see you all next time. Ciao.